Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why Zelensky doesn't want to hold elections in Ukraine? But the answer is very simple. He would not be elected. Or probably the ones who count the votes will not rig the elections for Zelensky. So evidently, he wouldn't want to run any elections in Ukraine. But hey, we're told a different story, and the story is there is a war in Ukraine, and if Zelensky would organize some elections, he would win. But for the safety of the Ukrainian population, he's not going to hold elections because it's too dangerous. And he would win. He wants elections because Ukraine loves democracy. It's not so. I will reveal here for you why Zelensky doesn't want to hold elections. He would not win, according to the Ukrainians themselves. So, if I'm certain that I'm going to win, let's say, hey, let's hold elections, my friends, and I win, right? If I'm not certain, I will find all kind of baboonish argumentation or arguments to say, no, it's not safe, it's not the right time anymore when I say so. It's like fighting. Well, I'm the world champion, man. I can beat everybody. Okay, go and participate in the regional competition, then go in a state competition, and go in the national competitions, and then go to the whatever European, Asian, whatever South American competition, and then you go to the world tournaments, and then you win. Well, no, I'm not going to go over there for the safety of the competitors. I will them up. That's why I don't go. So don't hold any competitions because I'm going to hurt you guys if I come over and I'm going to, that's how it's in Ukraine. Let me show you. A few days ago, to be more exact, on the 24th of February, the Rada, the Parliament of Ukraine, were required to vote, according to the New Voice of Ukraine, they were supposed to pass a resolution supporting democracy amid Russian aggression. That is, they will vote for, it failed, by the way, it failed. So on the 24th, it failed. That means they want to say, we're going to support democracy by not holding elections. That's exactly what that happened. So we that's the title. Ukrainian parliament fails to pass resolution supporting democracy amid Russian aggression. So they want to support democracy, but that failed. And they support it by not organizing elections. Do you understand that? So on the 24th, some people did not show up for vote. That is, it did not pass. The next day, Zelensky made some calls to his security services. I have a gut feeling. I have no evidence, but I know how things work. And then they all showed up over there, and the resolution passed, stating that no elections should be held in Ukraine until the war is over. But that is supporting democracy. This is really Orwellian. Right there. So what happened? And I'm going to show you why he doesn't want to hold elections. The Ukrainian parliament failed to pass a resolution supporting democracy, not blocking democracy, in Ukraine amid Russian aggression. The resolution, number 13,039, received only 218 votes, falling short of the required 226. The document states that both the Verkhovna Rada and President Volodymyr Zelensky were elected through free, transparent, and democratic elections recognized by the international community. It also highlighted that the Russian President Vladimir Putin is responsible for the current impossibility of organizing democratic elections. So because of Putin, we're not going to organize this, but hey, these are the democratic system. We love democracy. Got it? So what happened here? Nevertheless, the Ukrainian people, they tell us, are united in their belief that such elections should take place after the war ends. Based on what? Based on what? All right, so this is the problem. The problem is that these guys did not show up to vote. Next day, Ukraine parliament votes to affirm no elections until war ends. So we're going to have democracy by canceling elections. February 25. The Ukrainian parliament has voted to support a resolution backing democracy. That means we're not going to organize elections. That's backing democracy. In the country, declaring that elections are impossible until the war with Ukraine concludes. So they supported democracy by canceling elections. Aren't elections, free and fair elections, the foundation or a requirement for democracy? No. We cancel it, therefore we're democratic. I mean, you gotta be baboon, man. Right here. All right. Passed with 268 votes on its second attempt, surpassing the required 226. Okay? So 268, and we find this one. According to Newsweek, which it's an American media outlet, Ukraine defies Trump as Zelensky unanimously backed. February 25. So he was backed right here. You see this, guys? He was backed on the second hand vote when Zelensky sent his security forces to make some phone calls to the elected officials and tell me, we're going to fuck you up if you don't show up and you vote the right way. How that happened? Well, I don't know. I kind of know how things work in that part of the world. Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Kosovo. Maybe Poland, maybe Hungary, maybe Ukraine. I know how things work, my friends. I rubbed shoulders with them, so I know. Nevertheless, let's say I'm dreaming. Okay, but right there, defies Trump. Like it's about Trump here. It's not about Trump, it's about the Ukrainians. Trump can say what the fuck ever he wants. It's about democratic elections in Ukraine. They don't defy Trump. They take a shot on the Ukrainian nation. You see how they changed the narrative? Do you understand how they changed from the primary issue into the tertiary issue, the third one? Oh, he defied Trump, and all the Ukrainians are gathering in a group and, man, wow, we defied Trump. There's not going to be any elections. We got it, man. Woo-hoo! Baboons, you have a tyrant. The primary issue is there's no elections. Regardless of what Trump, Putin, Tom Jones, or James Brown say. James Brown is dead, but nevertheless, we're going to resurrect him. Okay. So, they did it. So, let's see that's unanimous right there, my friend. Unanimous right there. Unanimous. And I'm going to show you. If you don't believe me, and you shouldn't, you should just verify. Ukraine parliament has defied, oh my God, not the Ukrainian nation, President Donald Trump's push to hold elections after the unanimously vote to affirm unanimously Zelensky's presidency, according to the member of the parliament. So a day before this, it didn't pass, supporting democracy. Next day got unanimous, and that is to defy Trump. And let me show you why this guy doesn't want to hold elections. Ukrainska Pravda. This is the 21st. Before these things, before this, survey shows 65% of Ukrainians trust Zelensky, but even more trust former Commander-in-Chief Zaluzhnyi. All right. I'm going to tell you how many percentages he's got. Do you know where Zaluzhnyi is, the former general? He's in exile. He was exiled by Zelensky in London. For the same reason, because Zaluzhnyi, under the legal, how should I put it, he could have ordered the military to take care of Ukraine. So Zaluzhnyi was a little bit too popular among his people, whereas the alien was not. Therefore, like Americans do, they eliminate competition by forbidding you to compete, making it illegal through sanctions. But hey, we love democracy and we love capitalism when we win. When we can't compete because we suck, we're going to put pressure on others by threatening, blackmailing, some regime change here and there, and bombardments. And then everybody will buy our product because ours is the best. Why? We don't allow the other ones to come on the market and compete with our shit. Who benefits? We benefit. We, the population, the consumer, because we showed those Ruskies and the Chinese that we are good, man, and we buy a fucked up product instead of buying a better one. The same here. We showed it to Trump. You yourselves, my friends. So let's see how much Zaluzhnyi has, and I'm going to explain to you what happened to Zaluzhnyi. Here is the buju. All right. The level of Ukrainians' trust in President Volodymyr Zelensky has risen from 57% in January to 65%. Why? You're losing. You have been losing more than ever since January because these are fudged. I have a gut feeling. So, okay. This is survey by the Rating Sociological Group. Based in what? Kiev? Meanwhile, 34% of the surveyed Ukrainian citizens do not trust Zelensky. Oy vey, you're going to be sent to the Ukrainian gulag. Valery Zaluzhnyi is trusted by 76% of respondents, and 16% do not trust him. This is Zelensky and his relatives and his people. So 76, I think it's higher, and I think the baboons, this guy, are lower. I think he's about maybe 35. I just put it out of my ass. That's how I feel. I have a gut feeling he has maybe 28, 29. By the end of this video, he's going to have 5 or 4, as Trump said. So Zaluzhnyi has 76. Serhiy Papapa, Poroshenko 22. Nevertheless, now let's talk about Mr. Zaluzhnyi. And they tell us here exactly how it is. How much do you trust the following politicians? All right, let's see. What happened to Zaluzhnyi? Zaluzhnyi was sidelined by Zelensky and his security forces, and mostly by the outside forces, because Zelensky is not his own man, he's someone's batch. And Zaluzhnyi probably wanted to be more independent because he's Ukrainian. Zelensky is I have an itch. All right, so that's the way it is, my friends. So they stripped Zaluzhnyi of his command, so he's no command over the armed forces anymore. Zaluzhnyi is a commoner like me, right? And he was appointed Ukrainian ambassador to London. What do you think Zaluzhnyi is doing in London? Do you remember what Napoleon Bonaparte was doing on Elba? Not even that, because at least over there he was the governor of Elba. He was doing all kinds of things for Elba. No, he is in St. Helens in the Atlantic Ocean. All right. So when he was over there, he was a prisoner under the British surveillance. You know what I said? Okay. Okay. So the same thing. These guys got Zaluzhnyi to London under 24/7 surveillance, and he's over there. Zaluzhnyi is the prisoner. That's my gut feeling. And he will be activated when needed. Not by Zelensky, but by the forces, the puppeteer. So yes, of course, we promote democracy by cancelling elections, like in Romania. My friends, you know what's strange? Maybe not strange. This is right in our faces. Now, either these guys who write these articles or receive the orders to write the articles think that they're smart. 3 options. Think they're smart. They think we are bottom feeders, baboons, or both. Or that's this thing that usually works in propaganda. You don't have to convince all the people in a society. You have to get about 40%. That's all you need to convince. 40%. Which 40% is people with an IQ below 86. You know what is below 86? There's a book over here called The Bell's Curve. Well, and not only that, go on Google, on CIA's site, and go over there and see what is a person below 86 IQ. That is, so 40%, if you are able, as a guy out there, to use the media to propagandize, regiment these guys and baboon these guys, they're only baboons, knuckle draggers. If you convince them 40%, not even 40%, the rest don't matter. Don't matter. These guys are not writing these articles for you and I. They know they can't convince us, but we are not 40%. We're not below 86 IQ. No. Yeah, counseling, supporting democracy by canceling elections. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.